Parabéns ao Brasil, because we were absolutely dog shit. Yeah, I'm still I'm still processing that game. It could have easily been 6-0, to be honest with you. The Vinicius goal that was disallowed, that should have been 4. That wasn't a foul at all. I yeah, that was a terrible watch from a Scotland perspective, to be honest with you. There were good moments. There was the McTominay chance at the end. There was another one that fell to, I forgot who it fell to, but it wasn't the player you wanted it to fall to. Just on the edge of the 6-yard box. But yeah, that's a disappointing one to take. I feel like we were awful for this game. I realise that I've not done the Morocco reaction. That was just me. That was essentially me just either forgetting to record the video or having to, do other things in life, like be at work and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's a tough one to watch from my perspective. You're kind of sat there going, why are we playing like this? And then why are we playing ultra defensive, defending for our lives? As one of the players said against Haiti. Meanwhile, you play out from the back against a team like Brazil, who are the 5th best team in the world, who've won 5 World Cups, who've never not qualified for a World Cup, and I'm pretty sure have won I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, I don't think Brazil have ever come second in their World Cup group, or if they have, it's the case of, they've not been absolutely terrible. Whereas us, we've come third. There's still a chance, but I don't think it's going to happen, especially with the South Africa result last night. I don't think we're going through, and it hurts, man, because you're sat there going, there's people that have waited 28 years for this. I haven't. I've only been alive for 24 of them, but yeah, that's it's just disappointing, You're sat there going, you have these expectations. I didn't expect us to go and beat Brazil. I didn't expect us to win, but I didn't expect us to lose like that either, because but it's not even the case of we were absolutely awful for the entire game. We had good moments and good spells, but it wasn't good enough because you didn't. I don't know what the tactics were here from Clark's perspective, because against Morocco, you were relatively good after you go 1-0 down after 70 seconds. Here, you're pretty good for the first 5 minutes, and then, yeah, you give Brazil a goal, and then it's pretty much over. You kind of come back into it, but you can't get the ball at the field, really. We just looked terrible. We had more of the ball in the first half and did nothing with it. I don't know what was the goal. If you were going to go ultra direct haram ball and just defend, I don't know why you would do that against. I don't know why you would do that against Haiti and then not Brazil. So I don't know what the plan was there. I actually thought the starting 11 was good. It was good to see Gannon, Doak, Shankland in there. Lone striker, of course, so that was going to be difficult against players like Casemiro and stuff like that. But yeah, that's Scotland for you. So I don't think we're making it out of the groups, unfortunately. And yeah, that's my very rough match reaction to this. It was awful. The goals, the first 2 were just simple defensive mistakes. The mistake from, the first 2 as in the disallowed one, and then the first one, it was just awful to watch that. You were sat there going, isn't this where we're meant to be quite good? And yet we don't. We make mistakes at the back, which cost us. When you're playing against Brazil, that's where you have to be good. You can be very good in the midfield all you want, but if you're in defence, it's not going to count for anything because you're going to concede goals like that. This entire tournament in Euro 2024, now that I think, it just felt too negative, The Brazil one was fine. That result's okay. I don't. You could get beat 3-0 by Brazil, but you would need to have beat Haiti 3-0, which I feel like, we could have done if we had a bit more of an attacking style in that game. Morocco, again, we could have got a goal back there. We could have had penalties, blah, 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 right? We could have had a penalty tonight, who cares? Because we were ultimately just terrible. when it came to getting the ball up the pitch. That's our biggest Achilles heel right now. It literally feels like I'm watching the Rovers, but it's our national team from this season. But aye, that's my opinion on it, to be honest. I know a lot of people are criticising McTominay and they're wanting Steve Clark gone and blah 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 blah, but I think that we need to, even if Clark can just change the style, as naive as that sounds, can we try and go at teams that we probably should be going at, like Haiti, for example. The Curaçao friendly is a great example where you go one behind but you score 4 goals after it. And I know that's a friendly and that's different. The Bolivia friendly as well, you know, it's not like we can't do it. I don't know why we don't do it at the tournaments though. But yeah, you've just got Nations League and Euro 2028 qualifying I look forward to, I suppose, from a Scotland perspective, because I don't think we're getting out of this group. And yeah, that could be my last Scotland World Cup video for probably the next however many years. So there you go. And I suppose I should talk a little bit about Brazil, because it is a bit unfair. I gave Haiti a fair amount of talking in their match reactions. I should do the same for Brazil. In my opinion, they were very good. There's not really much you can do about that. A great performance from Vinicius Jr. It was good. Yeah, it was absolutely. It was bad from us, but it was good from them. They were great defensively. They played exactly the way they needed to play. And they scored the goals when we couldn't score the goals. They had far more clear-cut chances. They could have scored 6 goals. They should have had 4 goals. With the Vinny Jr. should have had a hat-trick. All that kind of thing. That's what it felt like, even from a Scotland perspective. It was really good from Brazil. And it's how, you know, essentially, it's where could Brazil go? Do I think they could make the final? Could they win the World Cup? Possibly. I don't know yet. We need to see how they play in the round of 32 and in the round of 16, and from there. But Brazil were probably really happy. They're really positive, because after that draw with Morocco, I know a lot of the fans were sitting there going, that was a terrible performance and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't think Brazil were too bad in that game. It's just a case of Morocco are a really good quality side as well. And they're only 2 FIFA rankings apart from what I know. I think Morocco are 6th and then Brazil are 5th. But yeah, that was a disappointing one from a Scotland perspective, but Brazil played absolutely amazingly. Vini Jr. is probably your standout. Neymar's back in the Brazil team, and you know that got the big cheer from the Brazil fans. And yeah, it was probably really good party night for them, and not good for us, unfortunately. But yeah, great from Brazil once again. Parabéns, congratulations. Yeah, good stuff. From Scotland perspective, not that good, but there you go. That's just how it's got to be. So, got to hope that Scotland could possibly, maybe qualify, but we need to see what happens. But yeah, congrats Brazil. So I hope you enjoyed this little emotional reaction, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.